Hey YouTube, before I go to bed, sometimes I'll try to sit here and read. So I was reading about, let me just read the title. Trucker Path Survey says, finding safe parking still a stressor, maybe worse. And then I was just looking at wait a minute, what's her name? I was just looking at this, the lady, I forgot the name, so I'm kind of confused on the name of the channel, but I was just watching her video and she was talking about how Walmart is starting to ban us drivers from parking there. So let me flip the camera. Alright, so I don't get that. I truly, let me take my headset off. Let me try to get to where the light is not so bad. But I don't get how we truck drivers, we are responsible for 100% of America rolling in commerce. We are 100% responsible for food deliveries, for clothes deliveries, anything that is an item of need. A truck driver had to get it there. So in my head, I'm trying to figure out, why do we get treated so bad as far as safety, as far as food, as far as health, like gym? Why can't we get, I always compare the military, because to me, the military so much resembles trucking when it comes to just certain things. And what I'm about to say in comparison is, at least with the military people get recognized for their service. They get recognized to the point to where they get major discounts on a lot of things. We don't get discounts on nothing. If anything, everybody, every vendor, whether it's getting your truck worked on, whether it's food in the truck stops, whether it's anything concerning that a truck driver needs to go and purchase, they have our stuff marked up so high that they make sure whatever money we spend is going back into whoever's trying to rob our pockets. But like I said, at least military people, they get major discounts on just about everything and they get recognized. But I'm trying to figure out, why can't truck drivers get recognized? Like, why? We work so hard, we sacrifice so much, and we get dogged out. If it's not between mega companies trying to rob us on rates on loads, or they trying to rob us on fuel. Shoot, Party Hard Trucker, he was just talking about how he feel like who he worked for was robbing him on the national average on the fuel surcharge that he gets. So if it ain't between the fuel surcharge and robbing us on fuel surcharges, or robbing us on the rates of the load, you gotta sit here and make sure that you getting what you should be getting anyway. Now they don't want to give us the parking we deserve, but then they put the HOS in service to where, your clock still ticks down whether you stopped or not. As soon as you start your day, you only get this bull crap 11 hours a day, and you only got 8 hours to drive before you got to do your 30-minute break. And then they got so many restrictions on what you can use PC, personal conveyance, for. This PC is another issue I don't like either. My thing is, I really feel like that PC should be changed. And one of the things I really feel should be changed as far as personal conveyance, like for me, I feel like if I am not physically under load, like say I'm on my way to the shipper to get my load, me being on my way to the shipper should not count as drive time, because they say if you're on your way to the shipper, you're on duty. But how? That's just like saying, say I got a 9-to-5 job, right? And I have to drive to work. So you telling me that I'm going to get paid for driving to work? No, you don't clock in until you step foot in that office to punch the clock. So why can't it be the same thing with personal conveyance, or the same thing with, I just don't get it. I feel like they should change those HOS hours to the point to where your drive time should only be counted as you drive, and once your truck is stopped, the time should stop. Your clock should not still be ticking no matter if you're stopped or not. Because a lot of times when you get to shippers or receivers, or you get anywhere, once you start that clock is ticking down until there's no more time. And I think that's so unfair. And LaShawn Parks had made a video about this long time ago about they need to fix the HOS hours. And I feel like a lot of us, if all of us came together and went on, I hate to use the S word, which is strike, and went on strike, which ain't nobody gonna do that, because don't nobody want to lose a dollar. Everybody got families to feed, bills to pay, so nobody's going to go on a major strike. But if we did, that would shut the whole goddamn United States down to where they would have to give us drivers what we deserve. It's not what we want, it's what we deserve and need, you know? Because a lot of us drivers are getting sick out here, we're getting killed out here. We getting to the point to where it's affecting us and families so much to the point it's not fair. We should get discounts on maintenance, and we shouldn't only get discounts through who you work for. It should be discounts, period. Whether you work for somebody that give you discounts or not. Like I said, the military, you should be able to be recognized for what you do. I mean, truck drivers are winning, you know, if you're doing things right and you with the right company. It's always variables in which truck driver is winning. But if you're doing things right, you definitely making money, you're winning. But just the whole culture of how we get treated, you know, with what we have to do out here is not fair, you know. We sitting here being away from our families day in and day out, month in and month out, sitting here just sacrificing having a personal life, and the things we get is unsafe parking. The things we get is, okay, we're going to find you, we're going to put stricter rules on HOS, we're going to make sure we make it harder for you to make a dollar with this stupid clock, we're going to make sure we make it just so uneasy for you to find parking. I mean, it's stupid. And I just don't get it, but I can read some of the stuff, like the statistics from this paper. Let me see. I'm going to read the percentage, so y'all try to follow me. Truckers Path said its most recent study on the parking problem shows that on average, parking has improved in nearly every state from 2016 to 2017, but the largely urban eastern U.S. still has a severe lack of capacity. 54% of drivers surveyed by Truckers Path prefer to park at truck stops, and 56% said they feel safe at those locations, while 52% they feel safe parking at shippers' locations, but only 34% prefer that parking. 68% of respondents said they don't favor parking at way stations, while 23% they feel way station parking was unsafe. I agree. But those parking spots at them way stations be dark as hell, no lights, and you don't be knowing who be lurking in the woods. But obviously a lot of times there's woods surrounding way stations and stuff. So while 23% said they feel safe, they feel way stations are unsafe. The study says truckers being able to secure spots in advance would help, but admits the idea of parking reservation is still controversial among drivers. A recent trip to Central Arkansas TA Petrol showed dozens and dozens of reserved spaces empty, and more than one driver has called the truckers' editorial office to complain that, well, I'm not going to read on and on because I don't want this video to go too far, but that's another thing too. As a truck driver, we're delivering y'all goods to make sure that, you know, the commerce or the products are surfacing. So why should we even have to pay for parking? And but you know what? Sometimes though, if you think about it, like the issue to where Walmart is starting to ban people from parking, sometimes you can't really blame them sometimes, because you do got a lot of disgusting drivers out here that one person can messing up for everybody. Like, you know, sometimes some truck drivers can be so disgusting that the shit they do can make this type of shit happen. So all the time it's not always like you know, the park, like truck stop faults or Walmart faults or shippers faults that you can't park there. It'd be a fucking idiot that do some bullshit like pour his piss out on the side of the road, got the whole damn parking lot smelling like piss, or they leave they goddamn garbage just all over the parking lot. So now the dang workers gotta add extra work in to clean up nasty filth from disgusting drivers that do stuff like that. So when drivers do stuff like that, of course that could be a lot of the reason, not could be, but that is a lot of the reasons why we are probably going through some of this. But people like me and others that are responsible and knows how to you know, be responsible drivers on somebody's property, we got to suffer the consequences, which is not fair. But I feel like that they should have cameras. They need to, and I really feel like they need to beef up on security cameras too in these places for us. Because if they had cameras, they could see who did it, get the tag number, and just ban that one person instead of banning the whole trucking community that truly needs safe havens to park. So I don't know, guys, if y'all got some comments to say about this, let's talk about this, because we truly need to come together as a trucking family, and we need to make things happen. I'm so tired of us taking, you know, just taking stuff to where it's like, if obviously things happens in numbers. So the more of us drivers that can agree to disagree, or that can agree to come together and make a change in this trucking industry, I feel like that's when things will change. But nobody wants to come together. So I guess it's just a wish that may come true. It might not ever come true. Who knows? But you always got to think positive, right? So all right, guys, I love you guys. I'm about to lay it on down. I'll be getting back with you guys in the morning. So deuces.